All right, July 29th, workout breakdown, leg strength day still, UL plus first workout for legs in the 4-week UL plus kind of program here. This workout structure I have used a few times over the years, not an absolute ton. I've taken a few things from the past. So you got a lifting option on the left, Metcon option on the right. I like putting, when you have to set up the mini band stuff at the top, I put optional. I would say it's a wonderful warm up. It's a great way to activate everything in your hip complex and your glutes. So I would suggest doing it. It does eat up a chunk of time, but probably worth your time, especially if you're not really an overly great warmer upper. Before I go into the lifting option, the Metcon option, which are pretty black and white, there's not a ton to go over here. Like if you're doing the lifting option, you're just sticking with the lifting option. You got a couple of choices on the left hand side. A lot of times, just kind of deciding how heavy you'd like to go. If you're going to do the Metcon option, it's a heavy volume of dumbbell step overs, which are just fantastic in a volume type of setting, which I really like. And then you're going to pair the 1 mile bike in and out with a bunch of running and for calories over here. So again, pretty black and white to our standards. Is that this is a Urban Legend Plus workout. So keep in mind, remember, Urban Legend Plus workouts are going to be on the whiteboard, and they're going to be heavily tilted into the lifting. It's just coincidence that, I believe on the 27th, I think I made a video on the 27th, it was like a lifting day almost. The entire first block was lifting, and then you also have the option to lift here on the 29th. With that being the case, if you're doing the Urban Legend Plus, you're doing what's on the whiteboard. So you guys are going to do what's on the whiteboard. If you finish it early, like I believe I said in that video, you can always jump into class, or you can use the extra time you have to work on something aerobic or maybe something supplemental if you'd like to. Something I would probably ask a coach rather than just make it up yourself. But some of you guys have been with me for a very long time. I would like to think that you are knowledgeable enough and educated enough to make decisions that are best for you based off of what you've done and maybe what you need to do to offset what you've done appropriately. If not, obviously just ask. But again, Urban Legend Plus workouts will be on the whiteboard, totally optional. I do think a lot of people probably need to do the leg stuff and work on getting stronger on their front squats. Similarity like on the chest day, getting stronger, of course, on their chest day. Honestly, I'm sure the chest day over the course of the years, people struggle with more than the front squats, which is pretty crazy, but makes sense. A lot of people hadn't lifted prior to coming to Core 4, and if they did, it was many years prior. So an option day, I think people like option days. You guys watch the videos, you get the opportunity to kind of look at this and figure out what you like to do before you come in, which is a huge advantage, and I hope a lot of people are taking advantage of that.